NASCAR to the CW is happening sooner than we thought, and we're going to get into why coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good today. All right, NBC announced that it is going to give the CW the last 8 races of this season, and people have been sort of in a stir about it. I guess it didn't really affect me that much because basically after the first 3 or 4 races, I'm sort of like at the short track. So like, honestly, I was like, how come I don't think this is as big a deal as everybody else? And I was like, oh yeah, that's because, you know, I'm always at either South Boston, Orange County, or Ace Speedway on the weekends anyway. So I only get to see like 5 of the races all the way through to begin with. But let's get into why they did this. But before we do, let's get into the details. This from Asher Fair at Beyond the Flag. NASCAR announces major network change for 8 races in 2024. The CW is set to broadcast the final 8 races of the 2024 NASCAR Xfinity Series season, taking over from NBC and USA Network. NASCAR announced Thursday that the final 8 races of the 2024 Xfinity Series season are set to be shown on the CW Network. Beginning in 2025, the CW Network is set to be the exclusive home of the entire 33-race Xfinity Series season, including practice and qualifying. The new 7-year deal extends through 2031. So the CW is going to take over anyway, so this is just sort of a jump start on that, but it is not a complete jump start. For the CW, what they're going to gain from this is they're going to get sort of a test run on how to broadcast, but it's still going to be NBC's team, as the article said later. All of the races are set to be produced by NBC Sports, with Rick Allen serving as the lead announcer alongside commentators Jeff Burton, Steve Letarte. Additionally, NBC Sports Vice President of Motorsports Jeff Binke is set to oversee production. So it's still going to be NBC's talent. We're not going to see who the CW necessarily is going to go with yet. So that was a big thing that a lot of people did want to see, but we still don't have that information yet. So still up in the air as to who it's going to be next season for CW. But this was the big one right here. Following the CW news, there is now just one Xfinity Series race set to be shown on regular NBC this season, that being the race at the Chicago Street Course on Saturday, July 6th. The other 10 races before the move to the CW network are set to be shown on USA Network. And that, of course, when NBC takes over for the foreseeable future, it's going to be Fox Sports 1 until, of course, the NBC switch. Those are the 10 races they're talking about there. But yeah, I found that to be the most interesting part. Regular NBC is only going to have one Xfinity Series race, and to me, that right there shows me everything I kind of needed to know. For NBC, I think they see the NASCAR Cup Series as a valuable commodity to have. I think they always had the Xfinity Series just kind of because they had to. It was something that they had to do to get the NASCAR Cup Series. And then when the CW came in and started bidding on the Xfinity Series, that changed that format. And NBC was like, glad to get rid of it, my friend. You know, so I think that was more of a situation than anything else, because for NBC, this is going to free up money for them to go after other and spend that money in other places where they might not necessarily, where they don't see the exact same value for the Xfinity Series. They can go chase other sports. For the CW, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. The CW looks at this as, hey, we're getting a great product. We're getting a great commodity. We like the Xfinity Series. We like the numbers it's doing. So it's just one of those things. It's something that the CW values, and that I think, you know, NBC didn't value it. And I think overall, in the long run, it is going to work out, because I would rather the Xfinity Series be on a programming station that values it, and it's going to be one channel that you can go to. It's not, you're going to have to be, is the race on USA or is the race on NBC this week? Like, you don't have to do that anymore. It's just going to be on the CW, which brings me to my next point that a lot of people were up in arms about. This from Kimmy Kuhn. Apparently lots of people still don't understand the CW is free to air TV. So there you go. It is free. You do not have to pay to watch the Xfinity Series races on the CW. Depending on where you're at, I can't go region to region and tell you what channel it is. But if you remember The Flash, Green Arrow, all of those TV shows used to come on the CW. So wherever you saw the advertisements for those TV shows, that's where the Xfinity Series races will be for the last 8 races and for 2025 when the CW takes over. And if you don't know those shows, just Google whatever your CW affiliate is in your region. Like like I said, I can't do all that for you, but yeah, it will be free to watch. A lot of people got up in arms. I'm not paying to watch the CW because, you know, I'm not paying to watch the Xfinity Series. I haven't been paying for it. You don't have to pay for it. It's free. It's going to be free. So there you go. And in that respect, if you didn't have cable or whatever, you couldn't watch the USA races where you had to pay for cable to watch the USA races. Now it's actually all free, but I did see several people getting up in arms about it, like they were going to have to pay for the CW. The CW is free to air. Like this has been a discussion for a long time, and a lot of people are still not aware that the CW is a free channel. So bright side, now people know about the CW, because apparently a lot of people just didn't know about the CW. So them getting the Xfinity Series is actually another win for them. So like I said, it all works out for everybody in the long run. But yeah. Finally got to make this. I've been busy at the racetrack all week. Been trying to get this video out for like 3 days, but finally got a chance to make it. So yeah, here we are, and let me chop it up because I got to go to the racetrack pretty soon here. So hopefully I can get this one up. If you made it this far, would love to have your subscription. If not, I'll keep making these things. And if you're already subscribed, you know I appreciate you guys as well. If you got a question, comment, or anything like that, leave it down in the comments section. I try to read and answer and get to as many of them as I can. And I think that's it. Oh yeah, if you want to help out the channel, visit the merch store. The link is in the description. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.